Hi, welcome to Talk Back Live, a show that gets you involved in live conversation and sports with Brian Camp on Sports Update, bringing you the latest developments in today's world of sports. And now here's your host, Frank Allan.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and a pleasant night to each and every one of you in your different time zones around the world and across the country. Here we are. It's another Thursday. It's 8 p.m. on the East Coast, 5 p.m. on the West Coast. It's Friday morning, 1 a.m. in London, 3 a.m. in Israel, and it's 9 a.m. in Tokyo, Japan. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Talk Back Live. This is a show where we get together each week at this time, and we come along with a lot of fun and a lot of great conversation. And of course, news and sports of the day and all of those things coming along in one big show. We're here for a whole hour and we invite you to come along with us because we want you to be part of the show for the meantime while we're here. And to be part of the show, well, of course, all of you who have been here for a long time, you already know how the situation goes here. But for people who may possibly be here for the very first time and just maybe popping in just recently, well, let me tell you about how the show is. Once we get the show started, is what we're doing right now. What we want to do is to let you get the opportunity to use your keyboard on your computer or your cell phone or even your tablet. Type in whatever you want to talk about, and I'll see you there right there on the big screen. I will acknowledge it because this show is about free form and all kinds of information and anything that you want to talk about. You can make up your own conversation. You can just chime in and let us know what you want to talk about, and we'll do that. And of course, you can see other people who are in the room with us as well as me, and you can talk to everyone that's here. So that's the opportunity, and that's the good thing about this show. So we thank you so much for being along with us. Stay with us. We got a lot to talk about today. And those of you who are watching us for the very first time, we're on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, all live. So anywhere you are in one of those departments, you could be there. And as long as you're in a great place where there's a lot of great hotspot, great Wi-Fi, of course, so we can be picked up all around the world because we're global. Now, those of you who are watching us for the very first time, if you're watching us on Facebook, we want you to take the time out to tag some of your friends, if not all, because I know you probably have so many that you can't tag them all, but here's what you can do. Each week that you come in, you can tag a little bit at a time each week, and the more the merrier. When they come in, they'll see that tag coming from you. They'll know it's from you, and they trust you. So what they'll do is click onto that tag, and it brings them directly to us. And so, therefore, they can chime in on a conversation just like you, and say anything that they want to say. And they could talk to you as well as talk to me as well. All right, so there you go. Do that right now. Tag them. And if you're watching us on YouTube, we always encourage you, as I always do each week, encourage you to go to our YouTube channel. If you're there right now, we want you to take time to subscribe to the channel, right? Because we give you a chance to find out who's actually following us and who actually are with us each week. And not only that, it gives you the opportunity to know that whenever we come on live, you'll get notification. They'll pop right up there. And all you have to do is click onto that notification and it brings you right there. Now, a lot of people get on the computer and forget about the show. Sometimes they may forget about the show is on, but if you happen to be online at that particular time, that instant reminder will pop up right there and they say, oh, wow, there's a show, and you don't have to miss on it. All you have to do is just click it and it brings you right to the show. So that's one of the great benefits of subscribing to my YouTube channel. For those of you who are watching us on Instagram, you don't have to do a lot of things except just tell your friends about us. You know, just let them know that we're out here, and we invite them to come out just as well. Now, if you're watching us on YouTube and Instagram, just like in Facebook, what they do is when they tag their friends, you can do something similar. All you have to do is just cut and paste our link to this show, wherever you're watching, and send it to your friends. Send it to abundance of friends, as many as you like. It doesn't matter. We have room for everyone here. Remember, it's all around the world. And so that's what we want you to do. So we got all of that done and everything is set. Now, let me get something else out of the way. We've got things coming up that we do on our own too, that we implementing the program, which of course is another benefit to you. For instance, if you're a sports fan, well, we got sports coming up. And usually from Charlotte, North Carolina, Brian comes in from Charlotte, North Carolina. We link up with him, and he's going to be here bringing us the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. That's all coming up. You're not going to want to miss that. If you have any sports-related questions for him, feel free, and he will answer them. If he doesn't have the answer at that particular moment, he will get the answer for you. And if he can't get it out there at that particular night, you can come back next week and he'll give it to you, and you'll find out what's happening. Now, I understand that this week, I didn't forget about it. I know he is traveling, all right? So he's not going to be coming out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Where is he coming? We don't know. He's on a ship right now. Now, I don't know exactly where he is at this particular point, but he said that he was going to be here. And so if the Wi-Fi is good out there, he'll be there broadcasting from wherever he is. So he's not in Charlotte. So him and his wife taking a trip. Now, I always told Brian, you know, whenever he takes a trip like that, you have to go away. He doesn't have to be here, but he loves doing this. So who am I to say, no, you don't do it? And so he said he's going to be here. So let's keep our fingers crossed, and hopefully that his Wi-Fi is good out there, and that when he comes in, he'll come in pretty good, you know, so we'll see about that. Also, coming up later on in the program, we have for you this day in history. Now, on this day, here we are, June 13th, on this day in history, something happened at some time on this day in history, on the 13th of June. We have that coming up for you. We're going to recite all of those things coming up, go back in time and see actually what happened on this day in history. Also, we have some movies to talk to you about, all right? Now, you know the weekend is coming up, right? And since the weekend is coming up, you're going to go wild. You're going to go wild. You're going to go ballistic, and you're going to do a lot of things that that you normally do, or maybe you try some new things. But one of the things that you may want to do is catch up on some movies. Now, depending on where you are, you may have some great weather and you don't even want to watch movies, but that's okay. That's okay. That's what the weekend is all about, to make sure that you do it your way. All right. And if you have the luxury of having the day off from your job and spending the whole weekend with you or others or whatever it is, that's good. That's a blessing. That's what I call a blessing. But for those of you who are interested, we have movies that I'm going to implement for you. Movies directly from Turner Classic Movies. They're classics, and I want to be part of your action in case you want to catch up on some movies. So I'm going to deliver those movies that I have for you for this weekend, so you can have them right there. Okay, so we look forward to all that. Remember, all of the views and the opinions expressed on this show, Talk Back Live, does not necessarily reflect the view or the opinions of the people of Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, or any other kind of outlet like Zoom, for instance, or any social media outlet or broadcast facility. So there we go. We have all of that. We have it all done. So let me wave to all of you guys who are popping in right now there on the places that I see. I see Mary Reed out there. Good evening to you, Mary. Hope that you're having a wonderful one out there. Yeah, well, we're keeping all the fingers crossed, right? We're keeping all the fingers crossed. Wherever Brian is, I know he's having a good time. He's just going to take a little break from that good time and deliver the sports. So we'll see, and just hopefully that you know, his Wi-Fi is looking good and he can be out here for us. We'll see about that. But anyway, I want to thank you guys for being out here with us. And as I said, here we are. We're in the month of June. Time is going fast. Summer will be here before you know it. It's not officially summer yet, but it'll be here before you know it. Now, the weather is starting to look good out here where we are, you know, here in New York. You know, it may be different someplace else, but finally the weather is materializing and look good. And by the time the summer comes in, everything is going to be looking good. People are going to be doing a lot of things. They're going to be going to the beach this time of the year. Especially this time of the year, vacation comes up and people are going different places. And I just want to remind you, if you have to be going on a vacation pretty soon, take us along with you. We're going to be right there with you. You can pick us up anywhere. We're worldwide, all right? So do that. Okay, so what we're doing on this month of June is celebrating a lot of things. And one of the things that we're celebrating is National Portuguese Heritage Month. Now, all of my friends, my brothers and sisters from Portugal, you're out there watching that, oh shit, you gotta be, because that's what we are. We're out there with you. We're going to be celebrating with you. So anything that you do, if you have any activities that are coming along that you want to talk about, if you're out there, I would love to meet someone in Portugal that's out there talking to us. And we would love to share views. And if you have some kind of thing going on in the Portuguese community, let us know. You know, maybe some free activities, or, you know, a lot of fun things, of course, or maybe some history you want to talk about. We'll listen to you, because that's what we're celebrating. We're celebrating Portuguese Heritage Month. Also, we're celebrating Caribbean American Heritage Month. I wonder if Brian is going to the Caribbean on his cruise. We're going to find out when he comes in. We're celebrating that. That's here too. And all of you guys who live in a Caribbean community, or actually live in the Caribbean or Caribbean, however you want to put it, we would like to know what's happening there. Maybe there are a lot of celebrations out there that you like to talk to us about, because we're celebrating for the whole month. And maybe there are some history things that you want to talk about, then, you know, little tidbits. We'll listen to that too. That's what we have. So we're celebrating that as well. If you ever run into a radio DJ, or maybe even a club DJ, give them a salute and say to them, we really appreciate what you do. You know, we really appreciate what you do. You know, we thank you for your service. You know, because we're celebrating National DJ Month. All of the DJs around the world, whether you're radio or club or whatever you do, we're celebrating. Everybody is celebrating you, and you are the guys that keep entertainment rocking, right? So we want to take time to celebrate all of you guys out there. I've gotten some on Facebook. I've gotten some hits on Facebook, people saying, hey, thank you so much. You know, thank you. Because once a DJ, always a DJ, right? Okay, so we're celebrating that too. National DJ Month all around the nation. And also we're celebrating African American Music Month, okay? And just keep in mind that you don't have to be African American to enjoy African American music. Now, whatever that music is, it could be Caribbean music, it could be the sounds of Motown, which I like so much. It could be any kind of thing that was jazz, even, right? All of that. And a lot of people are jumping on board with all of the music, even hip hop, right? Everybody's on to that. And rap, everybody's onto that, you know, so that's what we're celebrating, African American Music Month, all the great music. Also, we're celebrating Pride Month, all of everybody who's celebrating that, parades, all kinds of activities are going on, and it's all on TV. You can find out exactly where you're going, where a lot of activities, and those of you who wish, please, if you will, let us know where all the action is, right? The parades and all the festivities and everything that's going on. Let us know. Actually, that's what we're celebrating, Pride Month. So we keep all of that going for us. Don't want to forget something that's very important, and it happens all this weekend. It's just happening this one time this weekend. Father's Day, that's coming up Sunday, this Sunday, Father's Day. So if you're a father, please let us wish you a happy Father's Day in advance. You know, that's not until Sunday, but we want to wish you that in advance. All of you fathers, you guys who have fathers who are still alive, you know, lucky you. Even the ones who fathers like myself are no longer with us, you know, we still celebrate. You know, and you still have the remembrance of your dad, you know, so that's what it is. Happy Father's Day. So if you have a father that's alive and well and here and enjoying life just like everyone else, take them out, you know, celebrate with them, you know, let them know that you're still your favorite son or daughter or whatever it is, you know. But that's what we're celebrating. And so we take our hats off to all of the fathers who are out there. And let you, put a chime in there for them, right? All the fathers out there, we thank you so much, and for taking us out to the ball games and showing us good times and things like that. A lot of people have dads that have done that, right? Yeah. So happy Father's Day to each and every one of you great fathers out there. Okay, if you're just joining us, once again, the name of the show is called Talk Back Live, and that's what we're doing right now. We're talking back live to all of you, and we thank you so much for being along with us. Stay with us. There's a lot to venture, and you can be part of the action as well by talking to us wherever you are watching us on Facebook or YouTube or Instagram. You can still talk to us right here on Talk Back Live. Veteran political correspondent Howard Fineman, who spent 3 decades covering the corridors of power in Washington for Newsweek before he became an analyst for MSNBC and other outlets, died Monday from pancreatic cancer, his wife announced Tuesday. He was born November 17th, 1948 in Pittsburgh. Fineman joined Newsweek in 1980 and quickly began building a reputation as one of the country's most astute observers of the Beltway Sea. Fineman was 75 years old. It's time to get started right now, and we got to find out where he is. Usually he's from Charlotte, North Carolina, but he's taking time. We got to find. I'm so excited to find out exactly where he is. Brian Camp, right here with the latest developments in today's world of sports. And again, if you have any question, any sports related questions that you want to relay to him, please, you can do it. This is the time to do it. He'll be right here and he'll be able to answer each and every one of your questions. Now, I don't know if he's monitoring Facebook. I don't know if he can see that, but if you have questions, I will see it. And then, of course, I will relay all of the questions to him. So here he is. There he is. Brian, first of all, happy Father's Day to you. Early happy Father's Day to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Even though we're a couple of days earlier, but thank you. I appreciate it.
Because you're not going to be in the States on Father's Day, right?
I'll be in the States, yeah. I'll be in one of the 50 states, yes.
Oh, okay. One of the 50 states. Anyway, that's what we want to do. We want to wish you in advance a happy Father's Day. Now, first question, where are you now? Exactly where are you?
Well, first, it's 81 degrees where I'm at. I'm between Miami, Florida, and the Bahamas.
Okay.
Yeah. We had to make a little short detour, but we're like headed towards tomorrow night. I speak with you if everything goes well. I will be in the Bahamas. But right now we're in between Miami and the Bahamas. We're somewhere in the middle of the Atlantic, you know. So I want to thank my producer, my wife, who helped me get this here thing together. This here remote.
There she goes. There she goes.
Yeah.
I see it. All smiles over there. You know, when you work in your regular habitat, right? It's all smiles. You know, you want to get away from it every once in a while. So it's all.
Yes.
Thank goodness for technology. You know what I'm saying? Thank goodness.
Yeah, because we never had this before. We never had the.
No, we have. Yeah, so it's been a pretty nice time away. You know, should be back home by Wednesday of next week. I should be back home. God's willing, of course.
Are you able to monitor? Are you able to monitor Facebook? Or no?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I could only use one device at a time for the internet, so I can't see who's on. I can't see, you know, who's saying hi to me. So
you can't see that right now, right?
I can't. No.
Okay. Well, Mary says hi. Mary Reed.
Hi, Mary.
She says hi, and she says enjoy every moment with your wife, and that's what he's doing. That's what he's.
My wife / producer. Yes.
Wife / producer of the show.
Yeah. Oh well, at least for the sports segment, she's on my segment on my show.
Yeah,
that's remote.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I don't know if you're up on sports today or you just got on the internet. Up a lot of
when have you not known me not to have sports? I gotta have sports.
I know that was me to say that.
I gotta have sports. You know? But let's say it is 81 degrees somewhere in the middle of the Atlantic, somewhere between this country and this state. So I'm like right in the middle of it and everything. So I want to say good evening to some of y'all who was out there somewhere by me nationally,
Yeah.
locally, wherever you are, and wherever. So that's where I say.
Yeah.
But what you heard about the sad news about Jerry West, it's the clutch.
Yeah.
It's the logo. Jerry West was a fine gentleman. He was more of a better executive than he was a coach. He was a great ball player. I can tell you that right now. Gentleman, he built a dynasty for the Lakers, for the Showtime Lakers. Not once, but another dynasty with Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant. He was able to steal Kobe Bryant away from the Charlotte Hornets. He's a time Hall of Famer. He has 3 different categories. His ceremony is supposed to be coming up soon for his 3rd slot in Hall of Fame. So, man, that really knew how to play the game, knew the game very well, was well loved. It was sad to hear it. He didn't even know that he was sick, or if he was sick. His wife was by his bedside. I found out the news. Was like almost jumped out of the bed. As soon as I heard it, so sad and everything. But he lived a wonderful life. So our prayers and everything goes out to his family and everywhere else in the NBA family. It was the LA Clippers that announced this morning, or yesterday morning, he had passed away. So, but but we go on though. Speaking about the NBA, well, the Boston Celtics, which a team that Jerry West did not like, is 1 game away from winning their 18th championship, most by any other franchise. Presently, they tied the Lakers, but the Celtics got a 3-game-to-none lead over the Dallas Mavericks. Game 4 will be tomorrow at 8:30 on ABC, ESPN, and they're going to go for the clincher. So, we're going to see how well that the Mavericks will respond. It was a very tense and physical game last night. I was able to see it in this bar called Playmakers here on the ship. So I was able to be fortunate enough to have it. But let me get to some of the stories here in sports. On this day, I told you about Jerry West. This day, June 13th, the New York Giants, Crispy Matheson, this is the baseball New York Giants, throws his 2nd no-hitter, the Field Cubs 1-0. Also, that was in 1905. 1947, first game, Fenway Park, the Red Sox 5 and the Chicago White Sox 3. That was the first game. That was in 1947. That was 1912. I'm sorry. Christy Matheson was the one in 1905. 1948, Babe Ruth, final farewell at Yankee Stadium, died on August 16th. He's one of the greatest Yankees of all time, probably is the greatest Yankee of all time. 1973, here's something that happened that you'll never find again. Steve Garvey, Davey Lopes, Ron Say, Bill Russell played and set a record for playing in the same infield for 8.5 years. Garvey played first base, Lopes played second, Ron Say played third, Bill Russell played at shortstop. They've been together for 8.5 years, consecutive years playing, and that's a record we don't know will ever be broken again because players don't stay in one team for all this long with free agency, and players want to move around, get a good deal. But back in the 70s, players used to stay together and stick together for a long time. 2019, the first international NBA team, the Toronto Raptors, wins the NBA championship. I remember that game. I tell you, I was on vacation with that game also. I can't remember where. It was in 2019 where the Toronto Raptors beat the Golden State Warriors. Kawhi Leonard was finals MVP. birthdays on this date. Boxing, former champion Mike Weaver, 1952, was born in Gatesville, Texas, and 1962, Hannah Storm. Happy birthday to her. Sports journalist, CNN, NBC, and ESPN, was born in Oak Park, Illinois. Oak Park, Illinois. And I think that's, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that is sports on a busy day.
Not busy for you. Why should you care?
Well, I had a pina colada in one hand and a virgin pina colada. A virgin. It was virgin.
Oh, well, virgin is good, you know, but if you're going on vacation, you should kick it up a notch.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Kick it up a notch. Yeah. You only live once. You only live once. Even though the James Bond movie says you only live twice, but you only live once, you know. But if virgin pina coladas are good, if that's what you like, then go for it.
Yeah. Well, you know, I drink the virgin ones for health reasons. I want to make sure that it's all.
Yeah.
So he was so nice. Only thing I didn't get was a little umbrella that goes in it, but you know, it was okay.
Oh, you have to have the umbrella, huh? Okay.
Yeah, make it look really good.
Well, maybe you should, the next time they don't give you an umbrella, go to management and say, hey, you know something? The umbrella comes with the drink. I want the umbrella or give me half price. You gotta negotiate. You gotta negotiate. You gotta let them know.
Yeah, sure. Oh yeah, I got a little history to tell you. Yesterday was June 12th, was the assassination of Medgar Evers. Before he was shot and killed in his driveway, he just left a meeting with the NAACP about the civil rights.
Yeah.
5 months later, that's when John F. Kennedy was supposed to sign it. 5 months later, JFK was assassinated in the same year and 5-month period. It did not get approved until 1964. And that's when Lyndon Johnson became president after the assassination of John F. Kennedy. Also, Medgar Evers was a World War II veteran. He fought in World War II, and through his bravery, in 1948, President Harry Truman was the one that signed the executive bill to have all blacks in the same military with all people of every color or different color, whatever you want to say.
Mm-hmm.
That's my little history with
Yeah.
Medgar Evers. I like to bring a little history as well.
Yeah. Well, you're a history buff, so I
love history. I love history. Yeah.
Me too. Yeah. Back to sports. I got to talk about those Yankees. They lost the game yesterday with the Royals. I think it was 4-2. Now this weekend is going to be the weekend for the Yankees because now they get a chance all weekend. And this is the first game they played with the Boston Red Sox, their rival. And so I'm gonna be right at the TV, front and center, rooting on the New York Yankees, Boston Red Sox. I'm not going to worry about them too much because right now they're in third place, which is not really a bad place to be, you know. But you really want to be up there where the Yankees are. But they're going to be playing. They're playing the series this weekend.
Yeah. These two teams do not like each other. This goes all the way back to 1912 when the Red Sox traded away Babe Ruth, when he used to play for the Sox.
Yeah.
Traded away Babe Ruth to the New York Yankees.
Yeah.
That curse was on for many years.
Yeah.
Curse broke some 20 years ago, I believe it was, and
yeah,
they got redeemed.
You know, every once in a while when I'm wearing my Yankee cap and I walk down the street, every once in a while I'll bump into someone with a Red Sox cap. They won't make eye contact with me.
Yeah. That's intense rivalry. That is very
yeah. But yeah, they're in third place now. And as far as I'm concerned, they could stay there. You know, and the Yankees stay with the Yankees are playing good baseball. So I'm not really angry that they lost the game last night. But this week, I'm looking for a sweep. I don't know, maybe it's a little too far-fetched to say that, because the Boston Red Sox, they're not like a fire dumpster team, but they just happen to be third place, So
They're not having a great season, but whenever the Yankees and Red Sox come together, doesn't matter as a better record. These two teams always put on a show. They're fierce rivalry,
yeah,
and so you just can't take it for granted that the Yankees are just going to roll over
yeah,
because the hatred that the Red Sox have for the Yankees.
right,
Red Sox will put it all out there on the field.
yeah. And this could be the series when the Red Sox will play ball, because they'll have all of this rage inside of them, and that rage will create motivation. And who knows, maybe they'll come back and win big. I don't know. We'll see. That's why I'm going to be staying all weekend long with the Yankees. I'm going to stay put with them. See what's happening with that.
Exactly.
Yeah. So what's the next stop after you get off the air here? Where you going?
Well, I get off after tomorrow. We land in actually, yeah, we're going to be in the Bahamas tomorrow morning. I will be in the pool. I'll be there signing autographs and doing all that other stuff, being in the water with the fans. They're going to recognize me.
Yeah.
And, I'll be doing that. And then on, let's see, Saturday, we dock into Miami. Then I'm going to stay a few days in Orlando, Florida. Maybe I'll check out Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck for a couple of days. And I should be home on Wednesday, God's willing, of course.
Oh, okay. Is Cat still around? Is Cat still there?
Yeah, the producer's still here, yes.
Cat, are you going to do any? Come on. Are you
Am I gonna do any?
any karaoke?
No, not this time.
No?
I did it DR in December, but I didn't do any this time.
Oh, because
Not this time.
that's one of the things I would love to do if I was on that show.
Yeah.
That would be the
We
first thing.
didn't even see the karaoke.
Huh?
It's so crowded, right?
They had a little bit of Motown stuff.
Yeah, so tonight they're gonna have Motown. So we're gonna listen to that. So that's nice.
Well, you know something. Speaking of Motown, you realize that all month long, we're celebrating African American Music Month.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
All month long too. So enjoy that Motown sound.
Will do. Will do. Hey, everyone.
That's everybody's watching. That's Brian's wife, Katina Camp, and
Slash producer.
Yeah, as slash producer. I got to say that, Okay, so we'll catch you back here tomorrow then.
Okay, Mary, if you're still out there, good night. And whoever else is out there watching, I greet you. I say to you, good night and enjoy your evening.
Okay, and I know you'll enjoy yours. So take care.
Yes.
Okay.
Take care.
All right, that's Brian Camp, ladies and gentlemen, having the best time of his life on a cruise. Can you imagine that? That's where I want to be, on a cruise right now. But listen, the warm weather, the summer is not here yet. It's still young, and there's always time. And especially for you guys, if you guys want to do that too, you want to go out to a cruise or do something nice. And he's out there. There he is. All smiles. Him and his wife, all smile. Slash producer, right? All smiles. You ever notice when you see people on a vacation, even let's say, for instance, if you go on vacation yourself, no matter where you go, everybody is friendly. You ever notice that? Everybody is friendly until you get back home. Everybody is friendly. Everybody's having a good time, and just taking it easy and having a ball. And that's what vacations are all about. That's what life is all about, and you enjoy it to the fullest, because you don't know, tomorrow is not promised. And if you can make it through your whole vacation, you can say, hey, I've done it. I had a ball. It was great. I look forward to doing it again. There's a lot of things that I look forward to doing myself, places that I haven't been before that I'm looking forward to, because I remember the last cruise I was supposed to go to. I was supposed to stop off in Italy and France and all these places. but that's when the pandemic came along and canceled and squashed all of those dreams away, you know. So now that that's kind of under the ground right now, somewhat, gonna do it again. And to all my good friends in Las Vegas who are watching right now, I didn't forget you guys too. I know you guys probably about looking for me, that I haven't been there like in 9 years or so. I have aspirations of coming back sometime before this summer is over. I have aspirations of coming back to visit. And California, oh, my favorite part of California is Santa Monica. That's my favorite. Why? Because the beach is there. It's beautiful out there. Love it out there. Anyway, we'll look forward to seeing Brian back here tomorrow. He'll be back here tomorrow for more of the coffee hour. And he'll bring us the latest developments in today's world of sports right there on Sports Update. And just in case you're just joining us, the name of the show is called Talk Back Live. And by the way, if you have any questions for Brian, tune in tomorrow too. You can ask questions away about anything sports or anything like that, then he'll certainly tell you all about it and give you that information wherever you want. All right. And so anyway, we look forward to seeing him back here tomorrow because he's going to be in the Caribbean man. Yes, you know, the Caribbean. Okay. I think it's about that time, don't you think? It's about that time. It's always about that time, about this time, because it's this time to go back in time on this day in history. In 1959, the Sammy Kaye Show last aired on ABC TV. On this day in history in 1965, the 19th Tony Award goes to the plays. The subject was Roses and Fiddler on the Roof. Back in 1967, Thurgood Marshall was nominated as the first African-American Supreme Court Justice. Back in 1970, In the Summertime with Mongo Jerry. Remember that hit? It hit #1 in the UK. Back in 1970, the Beatles' Let It Be. The album goes to #1 and stays #1 for 4 weeks. And Long and Winding Roads, the single goes #1 and stays #1 for 2 weeks. In 1971, the New York Times begins publishing excerpts from the Pentagon Papers, classified documents on the long history of the U.S. in Vietnam. In 1979, Asylum Records releases Mingus. Singer-songwriter Joni Mitchell's, that was her 10th studio album. Back in 1980, Deborah Harry and Meatloaf filmed Roadie that premiered back then, 1980. Also in 1980, Paul McCartney releases Waterfall. Also in 1980, the UN Security Council calls for South Africa to free Nelson Mandela. In 1985, Prezi, sounds Italian to me. Any Preziana, starring Jack Nicholson, Kathleen Turner, and Angelica Houston, is released. Back in 1988, George Harrison, former Beatle, releases his single This Is Love. In 1989, License to Kill, the 16th James Bond film starring Timothy Dalton, premieres in London. In 1989, rock and roller Jerry Lee Lewis gets a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. In 1990, Nelson and Winnie Mandela were welcomed in New York. I remember because I was there when they came here. It was a big parade for them. And I got a chance to meet them, not from close up, but right there in their motorcade. The year 2000, Samuel L. Jackson is honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. In 2001, TNN/CMT, that's the Country Weekly Music Award, goes to George Strait, Faith Hill, and Alan Jackson. In 1913, Ralph Edwards, the host of the talk show host, he was a host of This Is Your Life. Remember that? He was born in Moreno, Colorado. He died in 2005. On this day in history, 1926, comedian Paul Lynde, also star of the Hollywood Squares. He was on Hollywood Squares, Center Square. He was born in Mount Vernon, Ohio. He died in 1982. In 1940, Bobby Freeman, rock and soul and R&B singer. Remember, Do You Want to Dance? He was born in Northern California. He died in 2017. Actor Tim Allen was born on this day in 1953 in Denver, Colorado. He's 71 years old today. In 1954, singer Bo Donaldson and the Haywoods. He was singing with the Haywoods. Billy, don't be a hero, don't be a fool with your life. That was his hit song back then. And he was born in Cincinnati, Ohio. He's 70 years old today. 1962, actress Ali Sheedy, part of the Brat Pack, was born in New York City. And she's 62 years old today. In 1964, actress Kathy Burke was born in London, England. She's 60 years old today. Actor Chris Evans was born on this day in 1981 in Boston, Massachusetts. He's 43 years old today. The Olsen twins, Ashley and Mary Kay from Full House, they're older women now. And they were born on this day in 1986 in Sherman Oaks, California. They're 37 years old. I remember when they were little girls. In 1931, actress Margaret Hamilton, that's the lady that played the Wicked Witch on The Wizard of Oz with Judy Garland. She weds landscaper architect Paul Messer. In 1939, actress Maureen O'Hara marries a film producer George H. Brown in Harrow, England, and they got annulled in 1941. And finally, in the year 2008, actor Bill Murray divorces costume designer Jennifer Butler after 10 years of marriage. And so that's what's happening on this day in history. And if you happen to know anything that's happening on this day in history, maybe I didn't know about it, you just didn't find out about it, or we didn't know, and that's why you're here, hopefully to help us out with that. Let us know. Give us a holler, type it right in there, we'll see it. I'll announce it verbally, although people could see it when you type in, they'll see all of that for you. And let us know what's happening that you remember on this day in history. A lot of things happen on this day in history, and I'm glad that Brian brought up the fact that Medgar Evers was assassinated. Yesterday would have been the anniversary of his assassination. That's also on this day in history as well. And one of the things I didn't mention in June, I try to cover a lot of things in June, memorable things, and I don't know why I forgot this, because he was my singing idol from way back in. Mr. Jackie Wilson, Mr. Excitement. Jackie Wilson celebrated his birthday, would have been celebrating his birthday on the 9th of June. It's come and gone. But happy belated to Jackie Wilson. You know, he was one of my favorites, I never met him. The closer this is a story, the closer I ever got to Jackie Wilson, the closer I ever got to him was when was at one of his concerts, and little brother Brian was there, and he was just a little kid at that time. And Jackie Wilson wanted the kids to come on stage, so I took Brian up there, put him on the stage. That's the closest I ever got to Jackie Wilson. Although I had some friends in the family that knew him personally, and said that if you ever want to meet Jackie Wilson, he's not a stranger in this house. But I never really met him that way. But got to see all of his concerts. Loved the man. He was my idol, my singing idol. And that's all it was too. Mr. Excitement, Jackie Wilson. If you're just joining us once again, the name of the show is called Talk Back Live, and here we are talking back live to each and every one of you. And just for you guys out there who don't know, that you can get in touch with me personally too. Now, I have an email address and a telephone number. Now, a lot of people, I always ask them to come out and talk to us live, because that's what it's all about. And I hope a lot of you will continue to do that. But for those of you who just want to get in touch with me without all of that, you can do that. I have an email address and a telephone number. So what I'm going to do is give you the email address first. The email address is Frank Allan Prod. Allan is spelled A-L-L-A-N. And they always ask me, well, why do you have to go through all of that? Only because you could spell Allan different ways, all right? And if you don't spell it the right way, and if you email me, it'll get to someone else that's named Frank Allan. I'm not the only Frank Allan on the planet. Yeah, I checked that out myself. Anyway, it's spelled A-L-L-A-N, and Prod is P-R-O-D. That's Frank Allan Prod. That's short for production. Frank Allan Prod at AOL.com. That's Frank Allan Prod at AOL.com. Or you can call me at 641-715-3900, extension 467134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467134. Please do that, okay? And when you call, or even if you email me, you could do that for whatever reason. For instance, you may want to say, hey, you know something, I saw the show. I have an idea that you can put into that show that may work for you. We'll listen to you. That's what we do. We listen. We can't guarantee anything, but we can listen to you. And if it makes sense, who knows? It may happen. Or you may want to critique the show, which a lot of people do. And of course, we welcome that because you're letting us get the idea of what you like or what you don't like, or what's good or what's bad. You know, we're not perfect and we listen to you. And we're also thick-skinned because nothing bothers us here. So as long as you do it in a diplomatic way, we don't mind listening to anything that you have to say. Or if you have a birthday or bar mitzvah coming up and you want to relay that to us for us to put it on the air for you, we'll do that too. Any way you want to use the email or the telephone number, that's all right with us, you know. So keep that in an area in your computer or your phone or wherever you can get easy access to it at all times, anytime you want to do it, because you can do it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. The telephone number is wide open overnight, middle of the evening, middle of the day. It's always open. You can leave a message there. And of course, the email, email is always 24 hours. You can do that while people are asleep. You don't have to wake them up. There's never an alarm clock there. You know, you can do that. So please do that, all right? So let me give you that email address once again. The email address is frankallenprod@aol.com. That's frankallenprod@aol.com. Telephone number once again is 641-715-3900, extension 467134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467134. So I want to say hello to all of you out there who are on the room. I just want to say hi. Everybody out there watching us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and please, with a little bit of time left, tag your friends if you're watching us on Facebook. We got a few minutes left, you know, let them get part of the action too. The same thing for you guys who are watching us on Instagram and of course YouTube. You know, cut and paste the link, send it to them, and let them catch what's left of the show. Okay, well, you know, a lot of things are happening in the world today, and we talk about a lot of things. On June 27th, that's the end of the month, and that's about 2 weeks, I believe, yes, 2 weeks from tonight. 2 weeks from tonight, there will be a presidential debate between Joe Biden and Donald Trump more. All right. And people are looking forward to that because the reason why people are looking forward to that and finding this very interesting, because this time around, there's only going to be 2 people in the TV studio along with a moderator, and that's it. There's not going to be any crowds to cheer anyone on. And this is going to be interesting. All right, because Donald Trump more likes a crowd. He feeds off of a crowd, right? It's not going to happen that way. The other thing that's going to be interesting too is when they're talking, right? After the moderator asks a question and they do the answer, and after that, their microphone is going to be shut off until the other person finishes. There's not going to be any of that talking over each other or trying to do that or doing this, or I want to say this, or please be quiet. Your microphone is going to be off and there's not a damn thing you can do about it, because they have wonderful technicians. If the technicians up there right now say to me, well, we're shutting you off, they can cut my mic right now and say forget about it. Don't do it though. Anyway, that's going to be an interesting thing. So that's going to be the first debate there too, unless of course this guy backs out of it, you know. And there's always that chance. There's always that chance. So it's 2 weeks from tonight. And I want to make a prediction on this. I think, given what's given to them, all right, with the no crowds in the studio, nobody to cheer each other on, I have a feeling that Joe Biden is going to crucify Trump more. I have a feeling that he's going to crucify him. Because first of all, Joe Biden, it's like a split screen. You've seen the split screen. Joe Biden is on the campaign trail right now. And today, Donald Trump went back to the scene of the crime on Capitol Hill. Of course, he didn't enter the building because there's too many dirty laundries in that Capitol Hill, in the Capitol building. But he went back to the scene of the crime today and got together with his old cronies who, early criticized him, but now they're back on board with him. Mitch McConnell is back on board, kissing the ring, kissing the tail, doing all of that stuff. Oh, you're such a great man. They're applauding off. Anyway, so that's what I think. That's my prediction, is that there's going to be I think Joe Biden is going to crucify him. But we'll see. I'm not always right. I'm not always right, but I just want to make that prediction and see what happens. Unfortunately, I'll be on the air when it happens. But what we'll do, we'll try to do it give you play by play. We'll try to do that. It's going to be hard to do because concentrating on the show and trying to find out what they're talking about. But one of the things about this, you're never going to miss anything because they'll probably repeat the whole thing anyway, and then you probably go online. But we want you with us. All right. But that's what's going to happen. So I may miss it. I may miss a little bit of it. You may miss a little bit of it, but we're going to be on the air when that happens. So we'll see how to figure it out. And of course, everybody's laughing about that Donald Trump rally in Las Vegas that took place, which was a funny thing because he was ranting. This is another thing that everybody was laughing about, and you probably seen it, right? He was ranting about boats and sharks and batteries. And when I heard it, I said, huh? What is he talking about? I mean, even you gotta admit, even the people that was sitting, when he had those people behind them, they were looking at each other as well, saying, huh? What's he talking about? Anyway, that was something. That was it was funny. The man is out of control, and it was just ridiculous. And I would play the clip, but I don't want to give that kind of publicity to him. He's got enough on the news anyway. And basically, this is not really a news show. This is just like a fun talk show. We get together with you guys anyway. But he was ranting. He was ranting about boats, sharks, batteries, all of those things. So with all of that said, when you see the debate that's coming up, they got two. They got one. They have one in that's coming up in 2 weeks, and then another one in July. And on July 12th, he's gonna get his fate. He's gonna be. They're gonna find out what they're gonna do with him. What is he gonna do? Clean the streets? Get locked up? Probation? Why did put an ankle bracelet on his ankle? So he can track him. We'll find out about that film at 11. All right, and don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we have less than 5 months before that big day, that glorious day, that marvelous day, that election day, November 5th. And make sure that you go to your collection board, your board, your however you vote, and find out if your status is still intact. Just to be on the safe side. The election board, call them up in your area and find out if your status is still intact, because your vote counts, and we're looking forward to that. And a lot of people who haven't voted before, who just turned 18, we urge you to get out there. You're young. This is your world now. The rest of us who are older, we're moving to another place, and it's your world now. And we want to make sure we'll help you out. We're going to help you out as older people. We'll help you out. We want to make sure that you are living the right thing, because there's a lot of things on the line for this election day that's coming up. There's a lot of things on the line. Democracy is on the line. Women's health care is on the line. A lot of things on the line. And so you think about that before you go out there and vote. Okay, I have some movies for your weekend coming up. And I have 3 of them, as a matter of fact, for your weekend. And what I do is I go to Turner Classic Movies each week. And I go there and I look around and see what's happening and relay them all to you. Because I know some of the things that you may want to do. One of the things that you may want to do is catch up on some movies, right? For the whole entire weekend. Well, I have a few right now. I have 3 that I want to convey to you right now. Let's go to 1963. Here's a one that I love because I love this actor. He was one of my favorite actors, one of my favorites of all time, Sidney Poitier. Lilies of the Field. All right, that's on Turner Classic Movies. You can check it out. It's coming up Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern. Great time. Get out the popcorn and relax and enjoy a great afternoon and watch that. It's going to be a great one. Lilies of the Field. I love that one. Sidney Poitier. Here's another one that goes back way back in time. If you're a baseball fan, well, this is a great movie for you to watch. Back in 1952, it's called The Winning Team. It's a classic. It's a black and white classic, such as Lilies of the Field, black and white. But this is a black and white classic from 1952. Doris Day and Ronald Reagan, along with Frank Lovejoy. And he plays this baseball player, Alexander, I think his name's Cleveland Alexander, right? Ronald Reagan, he plays a baseball pitcher. So that's coming on this Saturday at 3:45 p.m. Eastern, right there on Turner Classic Movies. Here's another one, another comedy. They're all comedies, right? Yeah, Lily of the Field is kind of a comedy too. You know, it's kind of a comedy. But here's another one called Father of the Bride. Now, this is the original Father of the Bride. This is not the one with Steve Martin. This is the original one from 1950 with Spencer Tracy, Elizabeth Taylor, and Joan Bennett. The original one, it's called Father of the Bride, and that's on Turner Classic Movies, and you can catch it out this Sunday at 10:15 p.m. Eastern. And if you don't get a chance to watch these movies in real time, you can always DVR them and watch them at your own time convenience. So those are the 3 movies I have. Now, I want to send you to Turner Classic Movies too, because there may be other movies that I didn't mention, but these were my picks of the week for your weekend, for this weekend. And there may be others that you may be interested in watching. So go to Turner Classic Movies, go through the program guide and watch and see what you like, and you can add those to the movies I just gave you here. Also, you can go on demand and watch free movies. You've got a lot of them from A to Z. Movies that you haven't seen in a long time, movies that may jog your memory, and it's all right there. And you can go there and check them out. Also, you can check out the pay-per-view movies that are in the theaters right now that you would probably want to watch in the comfort of your own home rather than going out to the theater, paying that hefty dollar. And then they have the movies that were just bought out of the theaters, but you can still watch them too. You can pay a little less than the ones that are already in the theater right now, but you could watch those too. Also, you have a lot of documentaries, children programs, sporting events, all kinds of things to watch, and you could watch them right there in the comfort of your own home. You know, you like Lifetime movies, you know, those movies, you better watch out. You know, you don't want to get any ideas watching them. They're like murder mysteries and all of those kind of things. But anyway, they're right there too. See what's available there. And of course, a lot of you like to stream. So of course, you can do that too. So let me give you these movies once again, one more time. They're great movies. Lilies of the Field, 1963 with Sidney Poitier. And of course, so you have Saturday. It comes on Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern. You also have The Winning Team with Doris Day, Ronald Reagan, and Frank Lovejoy. That's on Turner Classic Movies. That's Saturday at 3:45 p.m. as well. And then there's The Father of the Bride. This one's on Sunday. Spencer Tracy, Elizabeth Taylor, and Joan Bennett. That's Sunday at 10:15 p.m. Eastern. It's all right there on Turner Classic Movies. Watch them. I guarantee you'll like them. You'll love them. You know, I try to pick the best for you. And I hope you get a chance to watch it. And I hope we get a chance to catch you here tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern for the coffee hour. I will be here. Brian will be here. not out of Charlotte, North Carolina, but out of the Caribbean. He's on that cruise, but you saw him here tonight. He's going to be here. And of course, we look forward to seeing you as well. And then you have the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. And you can also meet me back here next week at 8 p.m. Eastern, right, for Talk Back Live. And Brian Camp, of course, will be here with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. And of course, we look forward to seeing you then. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Guys, if I don't see you tomorrow, I want to wish you guys in advance, a happy Father's Day is coming up this weekend. And I hope that you will be along for tomorrow's ride right here on the Coffee Hour. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, Mary, thank you so much for being with us. All right. And I will see you then. Have a great morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
You've been watching Talk Back Live with your host Frank Allen. The producer is Al Dale. Technical assistant Dave Taylor. Research by Sandy Pierce. And I'm your announcer Donna Stenke. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time on Talk Back Live.